You watch Nosferatu yet, Chibli? No spoilers, please. I'm only halfway done. I saw that midnight day one. Damn, dude. Like, so you're saying that, like, Nosferatu was like your Minecraft movie? Shout out to Irvine Spectrum Center. All right. I should have known it wasn't in New Zealand. That's fair. I'm assuming Irvine is, it's a city in California. I do have to, well, I was going to say at least you go to the best states. Well, I'm going to make a lot of people mad, I just realized. But, like, it's hard for me to say that. I've got a lot of respect for Washington State because I'm there more than almost any other state. But apart from that, apart from, like, putting personal biases aside, I'm immediately sus of someone who says California is not the best state. And I'm immediately turbo sus of someone who says it's in the bottom half. If someone was like, California is not the best state, it's like number 4, I'd be like, I could understand, you probably got nuance for that. But if someone was like, it's like the 48th best state, I would be like, I sussed that. I put some sus on it. I think it's hard to make this stuff objective, but you kind of have to, if you, agnostic where you live, you gotta say California's a top 5 state. It's on the coast, great weather, booming economy in cool businesses like making movies, great cuisine. You have to at least respect it enough to put it in the top 5. And I wouldn't put it at number 5, but like that's not for me to say. Top 10, but not top 5? Now you're gonna have to say some shit. You're gonna have to be like, you have to make an argument for why like fucking Massachusetts clears California. Because there's some that are going to make, it's going to be like the state you live in, and then New York is like inarguable, and then probably Colorado. Colorado doesn't have a whole lot of enemies. I'm waiting for an argument. Okay, Hawaii is a great state. Alaska, it's beautiful. I could take it or leave it culturally. I've never been to an Alaskan luau. It's an absolutely gorgeous state. British Columbia pretty much has a little Alaska inside of it, so maybe I'm a little biased, but you gotta put New York up there, because New York City is, I mean, it's a concrete jungle where dreams are made of. And you got, as far as I'm concerned, California's the other auto include. Florida, no shot. I'm there now and then, unfortunately, and I think it might be, I don't think I could call it the worst state, because at least it's got stuff going on, but the people in Florida scare the shit out of me. The average Floridian inspires like a fear in my heart. Like I feel like I'm in Grand Theft Auto when I'm in Orlando, but like I'm not Tommy Vercetti. I'm like just a guy trying to get to the store and without being hit by a car or harassed by like the most insane person I've ever seen in my life. Okay, fine, I'll leave the shop. And they're going like, yeah, so I consider Washington an auto include, but not everybody's going to feel the same way about Washington, and I think that's fine. I just like the number of times I've seen people type like, yeah, California's okay, but it doesn't hold a candle to like New Hampshire. And I'm like, I think it's good to like where you live, but at the same time, like you gotta you put some respect on California, man. San Francisco, Los Angeles, San Diego, surfing, snowboarding, the Pacific Ocean, the glitz and glamour of Hollywood. It's noteworthy, man. It's noteworthy. Other shit going on there that like I'm not familiar with. No one can afford to live there. I know because there's too many people, right? I hear what you're saying. You hate Bellingham because they complain about Canadians all the time? Yeah, it's not really fair. I don't really hate Bellingham. But that is the reason that I contribute to the Bellingham and all the British Columbia rivalry. Yeah. Because like Americans, when they go to other places, they're like, we're charitably donating our tourism dollars to a foreign economy. This is good. But then like when tourists come to their part of the world, they're like, what the fuck? You're driving up the price of our milk and shit. This isn't fair. You're making our local businesses too successful. They're no longer grateful for local consumers. But that's really just like 6 people on the Bellingham subreddit. I'm sure they got lots of individuals there that are doing great work. Pissing me off, man. Don't type that ChatGPT shit in my chat, A's main. I don't even need to read it to know that it's ChatGPT, okay? Because I scanned it with my eyes in 0.2 seconds. there were like 17 M dashes in that condescending ass sentence. Don't post that in my chat again, or it'll be easier for a camel to pass through the eye of a needle. I use M dashes. Yeah, but you don't talk like a theater kid when you type. ChatGPT talks like a theater kid, man. Did you see? I don't know if it's bait. Did you see it might have even been on r/teachers, but it was a Reddit post about how, like, is anyone else concerned that our students using AI is, like, making their critical thinking skills completely decoded? And then somebody posted a photo of a test that they submitted to 11th graders, and then the response that the 11th grader made to a question. So the question was like, here's a map. Can you identify India, China, and like Japan on the map or something like that? And then what they wrote as the answer was the prompt that they would have used to get ChatGPT to do it for them. Like, they didn't understand that they were being asked a question themselves instead of being given a task that they could outsource to AI. Like, they replied, imagine you have a map. Your task is to find these 3 countries on the map and highlight them in a different color and then return the map to me. And I was like, if this is real, this is really, I mean, that doesn't mean the whole generation is cooked, but that person is fucked, man, because they're like 17. When your teacher asks you a question at 17 that's like, point to this on a map, your brain is so fast, it should have solved it before they finish the question. It should have been done. Like, you should be answering the question involuntarily at that age because your brain is overclocked. You shouldn't have a choice to not answer the question because your brain should have come up with the answer while the question was being processed by your ears. That can't be a real 11th grade question. I mean, you'd be surprised. I don't really know what you learn in geography class because we only had geography up to like 9th grade in Ontario. And all I remember is like elementary school through middle school, we basically just did Canadian provinces. Name the capitals of all the Canadian provinces, identify the Canadian provinces on the map, et cetera, et cetera. And then like in the 9th grade, we learned a little bit about like natural resources and earth science. Yeah, exactly. We're like, this is a primary resource. This is a river. This is a tributary and stuff like that. And then nothing ever again. So if you meet a North American who knows where countries are on a map, you should show a little bit of respect because they learned that independently. The school system did not, I think, at least where I grew up, the school system did not cover that stuff. I learned that in Florida. Well, that's good because aspirationally, they were probably naively thinking that you had a chance to get out. They were like, here's all the places you could choose to live instead of Florida. It doesn't matter which one you pick. Just close your eyes and point. And if you don't like it after 6 months, go again. Spin it again. I thought I was going to take some heat yesterday when I was glazing California, but a lot of people were like, he's spitting, man. I do sus you if you don't acknowledge California's minimum top 5 U.S. state. It might be the literal worst state. You are addicted to podcasts. You mouth tape. You perennium son. You wait 90 minutes to have caffeine in the morning. You take gorilla mindset. You get your political opinions from stand-up comedians. You pay it forward when you go to see the new Angel Studios movie in the theater. You've been swallowed by the propaganda complex. It just seems insane to me. How could you not respect California, man? Hollywood, Silicon Valley, even as a tech hater, man, you got to respect it. San Francisco, San Diego, tacos, beaches, weather, skiing, surfing, national parks, redwood forests. Bad governor? Yeah, but like that's all the states except, I don't know, like 2 maybe? You got to evaluate him against his colleagues, man. He still might be like top 10. Yeah, Pritzker was one of them. And then I was like, I don't know. I'm not 100% up on all the governors, but I was like, maybe Whitmer's okay. I don't know. Minnesota? Who's the Minnesota governor? Bob Dylan? Walz? You don't have to retire to be to run for vice president. Okay. What are the other top 5 states? My personal force inclusion is Washington State. New York, because it has New York City. And then I think things are like up for discussion after that. It's like California, New York, and Washington are my force picks. After that, I do think, I've never been, but I do think Colorado has to be in the running. Seems culturally somewhat similar to the West Coast, and the hockey team is fun. Here's the thing, I feel like I have a lot of political differences with Texas, okay? But even with that, I would never, just out of retribution or spite, be like, Texas is a bottom state. It's huge. It has its own unique, somewhat insular culture. Great food. It's got an element of the arts for sure. Like, I have to acknowledge, Texas has to be somewhere in the top 20 at a minimum. Maybe top 15, maybe top 10. Like, you got to remember, you're saying like Alabama over Texas, Mississippi over Texas, Indiana over Texas, like Iowa over Texas, Oklahoma over Texas. Like, there's like 7 states that are like Texas, but like with less going on. Kansas, Arkansas, Oklahoma, Illinois. I mean, you got to respect Chicago's in there for sure. Massachusetts, the longer it's been since I've been to Boston, the more I respect Massachusetts, to be honest with you. The more I'm like when I'm there, I'm like, why does everyone seem annoyed with me? And then when I'm not there, I'm like, they don't want me there. That's fine, I guess. I understand. I prefer that to Florida, where everybody's mostly polite, but like, if I could see their group chats, I'm sure they're like, they want me dead, or like at least to be American. At least in Massachusetts, you kind of know where you stand, man. I have been in New York a couple times, but I do feel like maybe some of my New York experience is like informed by Spider-Man and Spider-Man 2. Like, I feel like if I bumped into a New Yorker on the street accidentally, they would be like, hey, watch where you're going. But if I was like, excuse me, I really need some help, my stomach hurts a lot, they would be like, I will take you to the hospital right now. It's on the corner of fucking 86th Avenue and 3rd. Like, I feel like they're like outwardly somewhat acerbic, but in their hearts, they're like, we're all in this together. And then sometimes I do feel like there's parts of America where I'm at where if I bumped into them, I'd be like, sorry. And they'd be like, you don't need to apologize for anything. We're all God's children. And then if I was like, can you tell me how to get to the restaurant? They would be like, you're on your own, buddy. Go fuck yourself. But that might also be a delusion. I may be delusional. It's been suggested. They do say I'm walking here. What about Hawaii? I don't know if they want me there. I just try to be nice. They don't? I think some of them do and some of them don't. They see you as a necessary evil. That's nice. At least they call me necessary. I appreciate that. I always try to buy like a coconut or something, a coconut or some pineapples. Go to the Bishop Museum, learn a little bit about Hawaiian history. I find it funny that, like, without being rude, there's like the Hawaiian, the mix of incredibly inviting and accommodating like Hawaiian culture, but also pseudo self-reliant American culture is always so funny to me. Like, it really is like when you go into a store, it's like, aloha, just so you know, our Ohana will shoot all shoplifters on sight. Mahalo. And you're like, I don't know, this is crazy, man. I'm in 2 bubbles simultaneously. Rank the Canadian provinces? It's the same as the American rankings, man. It's just like it's just smaller, to be honest. Like, if you're Canadian and you're like, BC's not a top 5 province, you're sus. We're on the Pacific Ocean. Vancouver's a nice city. We got great weather, skiing, surfing, entertainment industry, et cetera, et cetera. But I also would never, how could I say Alberta is a bottom 3 province when like Saskatchewan and Manitoba are just like Alberta with less going on. And then New Brunswick doesn't have, like, I don't know what they do in New Brunswick. I've been there like 7 times and I have no idea what they do in New Brunswick. There's fishing for sure. Yeah, I can't name shit about New Brunswick to be dogs? Dogs? I don't know, maybe. I even got robbed in Nova Scotia and I'm still like, I would rather go to Nova Scotia than New Brunswick. I didn't get robbed. My grandparents' car got robbed. It wasn't like I was mugged, but Yeah, you gotta put some respect. I mean, the big four are BC, Ontario, Quebec, Alberta. In my opinion, you're virtue signaling if you don't have all four of those in your top five. Those are the most noteworthy, distinct provinces. Who you put fifth is interesting, I think. I would probably put Nova Scotia fifth. Because I feel like Nova Scotia is like the apex predator of the Maritimes. But I might be not putting enough respect on Newfoundland. I've never been to the territories. I'd at least like to go, to the Yukon because it's right above us, basically. But it's a long trip to be on. Despite bordering, it's a long trip. I have been to Cape Breton Island. I've been to the Bay of Fundy. I've eaten Humpty Dumpty potato chips made with Prince Edward Island spuds.
Guess who's back? Back again. NL's back. Tell a friend. This lady's wearing Christmas lights. That's the song I remember. Hoop, hoop. Hoop, hoop, hoop. Down, 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 down. Okay. I'm in key now. Oh, hey, brah. How we doing, man? All right. It's been a while, man. Life's so rad. This band's my favorite, man. Don't you love them? Yeah. Hey, man, you want a beer? All right. Oh, man, hell, bro. This is the best, man. I'm so glad we're all back together and stuff. This is great, man. Yeah. Hey, you know about the party after the show? Yeah. Oh, man, it's gonna be the best. I'm so stoked. Take it easy, bro. Me be. Goddamn, I can sing and hear me, know me. If you want to destroy my sweater, hold this thread as I walk away. That one, I went too early. Hey, what's up? Not much. Did you hear about the party? Yeah. I think I'm gonna go, but my friends don't really want to go. Could I get a ride? Oh no, it gone, bye bye bye. Who I think I sink and I die. If you want to destroy my sweater, whoa whoa whoa, hold this thread as I walk away, I'll soon be naked, lying on the floor, I've come undone. If you want to destroy my sweater, whoa, 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 hold this thread as I walk away, woo! I'll soon be naked, lying on the floor, I've come undone. I don't want to destroy your tank top. Let's be friends and just walk away. Hate to see you lying there in Superman skivvies, lying on the floor, I've come undone. Ooh, this song got some woo-hoos, I forgot. 5 times. 5 times.